His dad was a photographer with a degree in forestry, so no doubting where Mark Zytynski's love of trees came from. He took his first photo, aged 9. Nearly 60 years later, he's published a whole book of his tree-lined adventures. Martin Stew went with him on a tour of his favourite treescapes.
The veteran chestnut stands tall and proud, alone in the park, looking down on the crowd, with twisted bark and jagged limbs, and hundreds of years laid down in rings. And now, in its dotage, it stands serene, reminding us mortals of things that have been.
Mark Zytynski has had a lifelong love of trees.
Kensington Gardens was one of the very first memories that I have with my parents in a park. And subsequently I found some photographs that they took at the time. And there's one just here of me with my father, with the view of the Speke Monument in the background.
His Polish father had a degree in forestry and a keen interest in photography. Both passions have rubbed off on Mark. He's now published Kensington Gardens Treescapes and showed me around some of his favourite spots.
This is what a sweet chestnut looks like when it's a bit younger, before it's got really gnarly. So this is probably about 75, 80 years old, this tree here. But look at the magnificent spiral as it goes up. It's almost been machined specially for the job. But in fact, it's a work of nature. So it's one of nature's sculptures. I like to look at it like that.
Mark has spent hours waiting for the perfect conditions for photos in all weather. He's even got to know the local wild parakeets.
They're wild now in most of the London parks. I think the story goes that they were released from a film at Kensington Studios and they just adapted to the local London parks.
Dull weather today made Kensington look a little drab, especially when compared to the photos. Mark says the key is to try and manipulate texture and light to bring these static giants to life. It must be difficult to pick a favourite, but if you had to, which would it be?
It is very difficult, but I have picked one, and it's a London plane tree with sun shining through the leaves. It's a very early morning shot. It was cold and wet, but the sun did come up and the mist rose up from the grass. It was magical.
Absolutely beautiful.